Off to a little later start than I like. We're going to dive right in here. Just a minute. Just a quick update for all you guys. I just hung up with support for REI Reply. And so, as you guys are aware, the SMS has been down for over a week, and our cold calling our phone stopped working for outbound calls yesterday as well. So, unfortunately, our main system that we use currently seems to be mostly dead in the water. So, what I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and utilize the REI Reply system for the contacts. We'll go ahead, just like we did yesterday, cut and paste into Skype or my little trusty landline here, which is Magic Jack. Not crazy about Magic Jack at all, but excuse me, I've had this thing forever. I just haven't gotten a new replacement. So if any of you guys know Magic Jack killers, because I went through a bunch of hell with all the voicemail stuff, we'd love to hear about that. So at any rate, we are going to bounce around between new prospects, missed calls, follow-ups, and if we can get some evaluation completed on one of these properties, I'll be able to get back to our main man, Neil, with an offer. So let's go ahead and dive in here. And let's go ahead and try to do this through our Skype. All right, so if you guys are just hopping on, we are continuing 30 days, 1 hour a day of cold calling to land a real estate deal. As you heard me say, for any of you guys that are looking to get into real estate, haven't done a deal yet, or anyone that's looking for, a change of career path, what could one deal do for you, right? A lot of people, it would have a huge impact and change their life. So that is the goal here, to show you guys, although not glamorous, if you put in the work, time, and effort, you too can go ahead and make this a viable option for you.
Hey, it's me. Leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Well, I thought we got him right there. Unfortunately, got his voicemail now. Because I'm calling from so many different numbers, I want to make sure I know what number I'm calling from here. So in case somebody picks up or has to give me a call back, I can go ahead and give them the right information. So let's see what this number is again. My birthday. Oh, what is this? Crazy windows popping up. All right, hold up. All right, there's our number. 828-1986. All right, back in action. No answer on this guy. Exit out of there. Let's keep it moving. Again, we're doing follow-ups alongside new prospecting for any inbound missed calls. They may have been returning our call from previous campaigns, so we're going to try to reach out to them. All right, so I'm reading again. I'm looking at the dashboard, even though the system is down. There's a lot of notes from previous correspondence, so I just want to make sure I have a little background. So when I get them on the phone, I know what I'm talking about.
has been forwarded to an audit.
Okay. No answer on this one. Again, that's where a dialer kind of comes into play. It'll just blast out a bunch of calls at once and then just connect you with who answers. Not necessary, but definitely can help, especially if you're doing some volume or trying to scale. Then it becomes kind of a necessary tool. All right, let's see this one. Again, I'm looking at some of these older leads, looking at any previous correspondences. And all right, so that's an older lead. Let's follow up. Looks like it says my ex-wife lives there now. So good. So I use that information when I'm calling, right? It's been a whole year since I've spoken to this person or since someone from the team has spoken to them. So, they may not remember. So by bringing some information that you would only have if you knew them or if you spoke to them previously. So that is the goal here. All right.
Hello,
Hey, is this Susan?
speaking.
Hey, Susan, my name's Ryan. I don't know if you remember speaking to me. We spoke last April about your property over in Trenton on Mason Ave. And last we
Yep.
Oh, okay, you remember me. Great. Yeah, last we spoke, I remember you said your ex lives there. Not sure if he's going to buy it. So I just figured I'd drop you a line, see where you stand, if it's any opportunity for us to buy it.
Still in the same place. He still hasn't decided. He has really nowhere else to go. And my son lives there too now. So
Oh,
we have two of
gotcha.
them there, so.
Okay.
But you're still free to contact me again. Things may change. I mean, I will if once he moves out of there. If he doesn't buy it, then I will be selling it. But I just have no idea when.
Understood. I appreciate that. Okay. I definitely would like to follow up with you from time to time. If you had to take a rough guess, do you think that he might be making a move in the next 6 months or year or 5 years? What would you say roughly?
I'm hoping. I signed another lease at my townhouse that I'm renting, and it's up April 1st of next year. I'm hoping he makes a decision by then.
Okay, excellent. So here's what I'll do. I'll plug it in. I'll follow up with you every few months. If it's all right with you, I'd like to give you my cell phone number. That way you have the direct line. Some of these numbers on our phone systems don't seem to be staying connected for some reason. So I don't want to lose, contact with you. Is this your cell phone, Susan?
Yeah. Yep. It's the only number I have. Yep.
All right, beautiful.
I don't work. I'm retired. So.
Okay, no worries. So what I'll do is I'm going to send you a text message from my cell phone. That way you have it. If anything happens at any time from now in between, let's say a year, drop me a line and we could go ahead and revisit this at that time.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Susan, and have a great one.
Okay. Thanks. You too.
Okay, that call went rather well. And, from looking at this here, unfortunately, we should have followed up a little sooner. But again, I can update the notes here. I don't recognize those. Okay. Update the notes and set the follow-up sequence. Again, probably touch base with her every few months and also send her that text message so that she has my number. And that way, again, if we run into any issues that we're running into now with these phone numbers, unfortunately, we'll lose these numbers that we were currently texting from. There's about 9 or 10 of them. So any of those homeowners that saved it, said, yeah, I'll reach out to you, have your number, I'll call you, so to speak, which is quite a few, believe it or not. Now they're going to get error messages, unfortunately. So by us, providing a number that they can reference that's not going to get removed or whatnot, that obviously can help in case, again, things transpire sooner. So go ahead and update the notes. All right. Now, unfortunately, when I'm calling through Skype or the landline number, these don't record the calls. The beauty of the Go High Level systems is that when you're making them, or any calls that are made do get saved. So along with text messages, along with notes and whatever other data you have on the property, it also has those recorded calls. So you can always reference them, listen to them. Oh, okay, this is what my team mentioned. This is the conversation they had. So again, unfortunately, I don't have that ability right now, but I'll update. Try to keep some decent notes here. All right. So, and what I'll do is I'll assign myself a task. So that when I hop off the phone here, I don't forget to get her over my contact info. So, okay, that's updated. That was a good call. So the key with that is going to be a matter of timing, right? Hopefully she thinks of us first when she's ready to sell, and we could execute on a fast transaction. So let's move it along. What do we got on this one? Okay. Looks like they, okay, so they wanted us to send an email with our information. It looked like this made more sense for a retail, basically a listing. So let's just go ahead, give them a call, see where they stand with everything. Now, obviously, if you're not an agent, you can go ahead and obviously you move on to the next, or if you had some type of relationship with a realtor, you know, these are viable leads that they definitely would find valuable.
Hello?
Hey, is this Rainus?
Yes.
Hey, Rainus, this is Ryan. I don't know if you remember speaking to me. We spoke about a year ago about your property on Millbrook Road. And at the time, I know you weren't necessarily looking to sell. I think you were looking to potentially list it. I guess we were to send you over some information and whatnot. Long and short of it, I just wanted to follow up with you, see if, now's a good time or if you had something else in mind.
Well, currently it's not in the market. I don't have any plans to list it probably in the next at least 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
We're still making some decisions as to what we're doing with various assets. Right now I'm focused on getting a deadbeat tenant out of my house in West Milford. I have been evicted. He's moving his shit out. There's controversy over how long it's going to take him and, whatever. And frankly, I don't have any bandwidth for dealing with like additional property sales at this point. So, just sort of put me on a tab and call me after Labor Day. How's that?
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, so just to clarify, when I originally reached out to you, it was, because I'm a cash buyer looking for properties. From the info you gave us, it looked like we determined it was probably better suited for, retail listing and whatnot. With that being said, it sounds like you have some other properties. Do you have any that, that would make more sense to sell cash? I don't know how far you're along with the eviction, but those are the types of properties.
Well, the eviction's done. I mean, he's fucked. He's got to be out. I mean, there's no issue. He's been extrapolating things. I'm dealing with the state county, but I mean, I actually locked him out. I just took action. I just seized the fucking house. He was gone, and I seized it and locked his ass out. He thought he was gone by the sheriff's department, so I broke the law. But who the fuck? That's his problem. But I'm letting him get his stuff out at this point. So, I just took matters into my own hands because I can't deal with it. The state county sheriff's department's on their own timeline. It'll be November by the time they get around to it. So,
okay.
But anyhow, so we just, that I'm dealing with that right now. So I really have no time to deal with this. I'm not going to bust your balls. I don't want to waste your time. I'm off to my ass on alligators as it is. So I got to deal with this and get this resolved. Get this property sold and get this settled.
Okay.
I got to do to it and everything else. Not a lot, but something. So
I'll tell you what. Yeah, I'll shoot you a message. If this is your cell phone, I'll shoot you a text with my contact info. It sounds like you got a lot going on, but anything that pops up that, real estate wise, as far as any properties that need work, you don't want to deal with them. Maybe you don't want to deal with listing, or maybe you don't want to deal with whatever nonsense and you're looking for a as is offer. I'd love to go ahead, hear more about the property and make you a fair cash offer.
All right. Yeah. I mean, arguably, yeah. I mean, we've got a few things we have to decide to do. We have property in Sparta, we have property in Blairstown, depending on what we want to do or not do, and that going forward. But we've got fairly busy, roughly month and a half, getting you know, kids off to college and other things settled and
Oh, yeah.
property sold. So it's just not a good time.
Yeah.
And not like not to be blunt or whatever, but to be courtesy one, I don't want to waste your time. You have to make a living. And right now, all I'll do is waste your time. So I just don't have the bandwidth to deal with it. So.
I understood 100%. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to just shoot you the text with my info. I'm not going anywhere. Whenever you have, time that you can go ahead and spend on this, love to have a conversation with you, see how I could go ahead and help you out.
All right, good enough. Thanks. Bye.
Sounds good, Reynes. Appreciate it, and we'll talk soon.
Good luck.
You too. All righty. So another somewhat good correspondence. Unfortunately, when I'm looking at the notes here, it looked like we were further along with a potential listing. Again, he's got a lot going on. We haven't really touched base with him since February. So it's been, 5-ish months. And, obviously it didn't sound like he necessarily remembered us and that we're not first in line. So I want to shoot him a nice text, basically, hey, following up. And it doesn't hurt, to follow up with him on every couple weeks or so. Hey, Reynes, I know you got a lot going on. Just let you know, still interested. I'm here for you when you're ready. So that's the plan for him and those types of leads. So let's see how we're doing on our time. 16 minutes in, few calls out. I consider that or those good phone calls to have, right? These are all possibilities. Sure, they're not all going to pan out, but definitely some of these will. So as long as we're doing what we need to be doing on our end, consistent follow-ups, continuing the rapport, providing value to them, and showing them how we can assist them, there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to facilitate a few of those. So let's see what we got on this one. All right. Wow. Lots. Okay. Wow. There was a lot of missed calls there. No tasks, no updates. Let's see what we got. All right. So based off the long history of no answers, I'm not too optimistic, but what I'm going to do is, unfortunately, I'm switching back and forth, used to calling the landline. I should be calling from Skype because we can get text messages. And from what I noticed from a lot of the people calling or responding, over the past couple of weeks, that they'll say, hey, can't talk now, call me. So if I'm calling from the landline, the Magic Jack, unfortunately, I don't have the ability to get texts. So through Skype, we should be in good shape. All right, no answer. So I'll just update the notes on that. I try to keep a good record of any actions that were done, no answer, or no voicemail left, or answered, no voicemail left. I'm sorry, no answer, no voicemail left, etc. Again, that way, we could see a history. So, for example, if this wasn't logged as it is in this system, and let's say we're calling from Linkabee, our CRM, or some other application, I wouldn't see all these missed calls all of April of last year. And, this obviously tells a story. So any information that you have on these property records just helps you out, again, to further rapport, continue that rapport, revive the, lead gone cold or whatever it may be. All right. So keep plugging away here.
You are calling cannot accept calls at this time. We're sorry for any inconvenience this may cause.
I like that lead. That wasn't too far from here. That would have been a decent deal. All right. Let's see what else we got. So these are all the follow-ups, assigned task. float a couple more of these. Again, a lot of these are follow-ups. All right. All right. Just waiting for these to load. Again, we're doing 30 days, 1 hour a day cold calling. 1 hour a day cold calling will change your life, right? If you get a deal, what type of impact would that have? I recall when I first started in this business, I went into it briefly on the first or second call, and I was working in corporate world I was working at IDT, or Net2Phone, which is a subsidiary of IDT. And, got involved in real estate, started researching, reading, read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, was searching on the forums, and, started door knocking pre-foreclosures immediately. So at any rate, it was months before I landed my first deal. So I know how it is to just get that carrot, so to speak, to kind of keep you going, keep you motivated. All right. Just catching up on some of the notes here. All right. All right, I'm not going to call this guy. It looks like we talked to him in May. Oh, you know what? It says, I told him I would check back in 2 months. So, give him a ring. All right.
Hello?
Hey, Mark, this is Ryan. How you doing?
Who?
This is Ryan. You forgot me already. We were talking over the past few months about your property on Mill Street. And,
Okay, yeah.
And I was just following up. When we touched base in May, you were thinking more of like summertime. So I'm just wanted to say, hey, is now a good time, or are we looking at fall or winter?
Yeah, I haven't really done anything yet to empty it out. So yeah.
Oh,
What did you do with the last?
Oh, okay. Well, Mark, I don't remember having the conversation with you. But when we buy houses, we're buying them as is, and that means you literally don't have to clean anything. I mean, I tell homeowners, take whatever it is you want, if anything, and leave the rest to us. I mean, you don't even have to put a nail in the wall, sweep the floor, or anything.
Okay, make an offer.
Okay, I'd love to. I never got the information from you as far as like bedrooms, bathrooms, and repairs. You got a few moments to give me that?
Not right now, no.
All right, no worries. When do you want me to give you a call back?
Okay, call me tomorrow.
Perfect. Morning, afternoon, evening, what's better for you?
Yeah, morning is fine.
All right, sounds good. I'll give you a call in the morning, and we'll talk then.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mark, you got it. Talk to you tomorrow. All right, cool. So I have a task to call him in the morning, and usually I kind of just dive in right there in light of trying to get some more calls in and line up some appointments. And it obviously sounded like he was a little busy anyway. So throw a task on there to give him a ring. So notice when he mentioned about, hey, I have to clean it out. That was obviously an opportunity for me to explain to him, hey, listen, hey, if you want to clean it out, that's all dandy, that's fine. However, for a lot of people, that's a headache. That's something they don't want to deal with. Just taking the property as is, in a lot of scenarios where, again, they're inundated, they don't really know what to do. They're, inheriting a house or selling a house can be overwhelming for a lot of people. So I'm going to go ahead, set another reminder. So far, so good, right? And if we're doing a recap, right, it's Wednesday, so we're just about 8 days in of this 30 call day scenario. Now, despite all of the challenges that we've been going through with all the systems and all that stuff, I think we've done okay. And obviously today definitely seems to be a better, response from homeowners, better answer rate than we've been receiving. So what does that teach you? Is that, I guess an analogy is this. I'm listening to the audiobook Atomic Habits, and it talks about sledging away at stone. And it's not, the 101 that cracks it. It was the whole 100 blows before it, the consistency that weakened it, that, started the fracture or whatever it is. And on the 101st blow, that's what, broke the rock or whatever. So it wasn't the 101st that did it. It was actually the consistent hammering. So likewise, we're just consistently plugging away. And, as I just mentioned, as far as like having that carrot, stick, so to speak, keeping that encouragement going, I think it's important to celebrate these little wins, right? I always mention, hey, you're probably hearing from a lot of gurus, how easy it is. You hear from me, hey, I'm doing it. And you're like, hey, yeah, you guys have been doing it for a while. So I get it. I understand that it's, the belief system and, there's reservations or doubt. But, here we are doing it day in and day out, just putting in the reps, putting in the effort. And if I want to elaborate a little more on that, I mean, from what I've seen in my experience, and this isn't just real estate, this is a variety of businesses, I've seen people that are not too smart, to put it nicely. But because they're just hustlers and just, take the persistent action, they're able to accomplish pretty amazing results. Now, I'm not saying to, do all the grunt work, obviously as you progress, just as I'm growing now, we're looking to systemize, we're looking to put the right people in. But, at the end of the day, if you're going to put in that work, I've seen it that it's just a matter of time before things start to click. So with that said, let's go ahead. Let's keep it moving. All right. Just shy of 30 minutes in. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Finally got some good weather here. Instead of all the rain, the nonstop haze. All right, so that one. So this one we called earlier, and the gentleman, Doug, which we tried to get a hold of for the past year, hasn't been successful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call back the person we originally spoke to, Carlin. Let's see if we can get some headway.
This is Carla.
Hey, Carla, this is Ryan. I don't know if you remember speaking to me. We spoke about a year ago about a property, and you gave me Doug, which I believe is your relative, his number. And unfortunately, we haven't ever been able to get a hold of him. So I just figured I'd drop you a line, let you know we're still interested. And I don't know if maybe he has a new number or anyone you could contact me with or point me in the right direction. Hello? Whoops. So either she hung up somewhere through, or let's find out. I don't know if she hung up, but I want clarification. All right. No.
Hi, this is Carla.
All right. There's my clarification. She hung up. Okay. It'll happen. But guess what? We move on to the next. That's one thing I used to struggle with a lot, was the rejection aspect of things. And the reality is that they're not really rejecting you. They're rejecting, I guess, your approach. But, you can't take it personal. And it's unfortunate because I put my blood, sweat, and tears into anything I'm involved in, and especially my business. And so when you're approaching people that you can help, that that it is a good option for them, and unfortunately, you can't get to that next step for whatever reason. It's a little frustrating. So, all right. So let me go ahead. This one actually was purchased by one of my associates. So we actually did close on this one. All right. I'll take care of that one. Plugging through. All right. Let's see. All right. We're going to skip this one just because it's a nice property, over $1 million down the shore. And it doesn't look like they would be selling at something that would make sense for us. So let's go ahead and exit that one out. Let's see what else we got here on our task list. All right, so I'm going to open a couple more of these. Right now, this is a task dashboard. And so I'm looking at any of these pending tasks that were assigned to myself or another member of the team, and unfortunately have not gotten back to them. So for whatever reason, we have possibly have dropped the ball on some of these. Some they just need updated statuses. But let's see if we can resurrect a few of these. Warm leads gone cold. That's what we call our rekindle campaigns. Okay. I'm going to try to load a few more of these because they take a little bit to load. So, okay. Got about 8 or so there. Let's hope this doesn't crash. So, all right. Again, just reviewing any of the past history. This one's a bit late. And what I also like to do is this has little quick links. So I could click Zillow real fast, see if there's any past history or if it's been sold. All right.
Hello.
Hey, Raphael, it's Ryan. How you doing?
Good, and you?
Good, good. I was just following up with you on some of the properties we talked to you about, the ones in Hamilton and also your ones on Calhoun Street. And just want to know, are they still available?
No.
Oh, you sold already?
Yeah.
You sold the ones on Calhoun?
Yep.
I was too late. You don't have anything else available? Anything that needs work or problem tenants?
No.
All right. Are you in the business where you may get some more properties, or you're retiring, you're getting out?
No, I'm done for now.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it. I guess unfortunately we got to you a little too late. So anyway, if you come across anything, feel free to give me a call at this number. We're actively looking.
All right.
All right, Raphael, thank you. So I'm a little, I don't know if I'm buying that those are sold. Let's go ahead. So in the dashboard here, again, that's why it's important, at least for our system with notes. We were reaching out with a certain record had a certain property attached to it. Through course of conversation, it looked like he had other properties. And so it's kind of important, again, to look at the history here. The property we originally reached out to may have been sold or not available, whereas the ones that were in the notes, they're looking to sell. So I'm looking here. I don't see any sales. So what I would do is just follow up in a couple months. Hey, have any properties? Maybe he'll forget that he told me they're sold, that they weren't in fact sold. So, all right. Let's see, we got next on the chopping block. 30 days of cold calling, 1 hour a day to land a real estate deal. All right. This is somewhat close to my hometown here. All right, perfect. Let's see. Been a little bit since we talked to them.
Hola.
Hi, is this Michelle?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I was looking for Michelle.
No, there's just no Michelle here.
Oh, shoot. I got the wrong number, huh? Is this a new number for you? Because I was corresponding with Michelle for a while now, and that's interesting.
Who's Michelle, a girl or a boy?
A girl.
Oh, I'm
Garofano?
sorry, no. Nope, this is no Michelle.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, bye.
Yeah, have a good one. That's a first. Well, I'm not sold on that, did I? Interesting. All right. We'll have to have someone check that out. Now, obviously, if it's wrong, right, we can go ahead, reskip trace, go ahead, send out another postcard or mailer. All right. All right, so looks like we had somewhat recent correspondence with this person. All right, you know what? Let me see if I can.
leave your message for
Johan Rari.
So I was hoping he would answer. It looks like we had an accepted offer. He had a price that he wanted. And looks like we agreed to that price. We were waiting on pictures, and then he got cold feet. Not sure why. There was only 2 messages sent about a month ago, and then no other respondents. So I would have put him on a better follow-up sequence. So let's go ahead. We'll add that to a task. To follow up. All right. So signing that. That's done. We'll exit out of there. Good. All right. Next property. This looks like an older one. Haven't touched base in about a year. Let's make sure they still own it. Where is this? $920. Looks like they sold it. $200K. We missed that one. I wonder who dropped the ball. All right. Looks like we actually did not get a hold of them. So in this, it looks like there was a decent amount of follow-ups, and they just never got back to us. But based off the sale date, which was a month after our last call, and we were pretty consistent here, my guess is they just had, they locked it up with somebody else and beat us to it. All right, so this one's sold. We'll update that. All right, so closing out of that, let's see what we got next. 3. $42 minutes in. Had some good conversation so far. All right. So this says it's a knockdown property, and it's sold. Okay. Interesting. This thing sold. All right, come back to that. Although we lost it. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's my man, Johan. Try to bring him up. He was calling back.
Yeah, he's here. Okay. Hello?
Hi, is this Johan?
Yep.
Hey, Johan. My name is Ryan, and I'm just following up. You were talking with my head lead, Joe, a little bit about your property in Trenton, and I just wanted to follow up. It looks like that you were looking for $150K for it. Is that something that's still available, or did you decide to hold on to it?
No, I really want to hold it because I want to develop it, but if I get that, I'll get rid of it.
Okay, got it. So I think we were just waiting on some photos for you. Is there any chance that we can get those to see if it's something that would make sense?
Okay. When I go back, I'll just send you pictures. Which number do I send it to?
I'll tell you. Yeah, I'm glad you asked. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot you a text message from my cell phone. This is a landline; it doesn't get text messages. So I'll go ahead. I'll shoot that over to you in 2 minutes.
All right then.
All right, great. Thanks, Johan. Again, my name is Ryan, and look forward to talking to you.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
All right, thank you. All right, so here we go. We might as well send out that text message. Okay, so let's plug in his number. Now, obviously, if our system was working properly, it would do it right within there. So let's put this in. All right, so you got that. I'll pronounce his name right. It looks like Johan. All right. And that changed it to John. All right. There we go. It was nice speaking to you, period. Here's my cell phone. Please send pictures when you get a chance. Thanks, Ryan. Excellent. So, all right. So as soon as we get that, I guess we can see if that his asking price makes sense. So go ahead and evaluate that and move on to the next. So decent answer rate today, right around the 4 to 5 o'clock time, which is interesting because a lot of times people are commuting back home or not home yet. So we're calling their house line. But hey, again, this is what we take metrics of. If we call at this time tomorrow and then call this time on Friday and we're seeing that, hey, that's a good time to call, then we obviously pivot accordingly. Instead of calling at 12 to 1, then we'll go ahead and call from 4 to 5. All right, just catching up on this one. This says a half owner. I'm not crazy about that. So this one sold. And this is a nice house. So let's see if they sold it. $255. So, and then it was flipped 7 months later for $410. So that one hurts because that was a good deal. We had correspondence with them, and something happened along the way. So unfortunately, that was a miss. And that one's close to home. Those are the ones that hurt. All right, we'll check this task so it doesn't come up anymore, and we'll keep it moving. All right, check availability on the next one. Another sale. Oh, that's right. Set under contract, so this is sold. Let's complete that. Call it a day. Sold. All right. So unfortunately, those last few records are old. This is dead, huh? All right. Checking the notes. I don't know why this was marked as a dead lead, but let's see if it's sold. All right, no sale. Let's call them. I don't see any notes of why this would have been. It could be mislabeled. We'll find out. Hey, Lance, this is Ryan. I don't think you remember speaking with me, but we talked about a year ago about your property on Phillips Ave.
Okay.
And I know at the time you weren't, looking to sell, but we were keeping in touch through text a little bit. And I just want to drop you a line. We're looking for properties and figured it might be worth giving you a call, seeing how things are on your end. Are you still looking to hold on to it? Or are you thinking now might be a good time to sell? Holding on. Oh, okay.
I'll put it this way: you want to give me $400,000 for it? I'll sell it.
Well, let me ask you. I mean,
I'll discount because it's 5 o'clock. $375,000.
$375,000. And now this comes with the tenants, I'm assuming.
Yeah, sure.
What are they paying a month?
That's it, no charge.
Are they good? Are they paying on time?
Oh yeah, they've been in there for 20 years.
Oh, no kidding. What are they paying in rent?
We don't have the proper security clearances for that. Go ahead. Next question.
I'm sorry, you were coming a little garbled. What was that again?
What's your next question?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was asking, what are they paying a month?
What's your next question?
Oh, you know what? Okay. Well, how about repairs? Any repairs needed on the property?
No.
So it's any updates?
Yeah.
Kitchens and baths, I'm assuming?
Say again?
I'm assuming the kitchens and baths need to be updated?
Yeah, probably. I would agree to that. Sure. Yep.
Okay. I mean, you tell me any like deferred maintenance that'll show up. I mean,
No. I just put a new central air in there. I put new patio on the back. Got central air, central heat, brand new. I mean, the unit in there is only a couple years old.
right. And you also put in, I guess, a new sump pump, and you put a new sewer line in there as well, right?
Correct.
Good. Okay.
It's got a beautiful 2-car garage and sits on a lot that's about 50 feet wide and about 260 feet deep.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Well,
When can I expect a check?
well, I got to run my avals first, but you haven't told me what the rent. I mean, to be honest with you, at $375, using a rough rule, assuming it didn't need a penny of work, this thing would have to be renting for $3,800 a month. Are they anywhere close to that?
No.
They're not. Okay. No worries.
No, I'm not selling it. I don't want to waste your time. I'm not selling it for well.
Okay. All right. Well, no worries. Listen, I'll plug it in here. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. And if you think you might want to sell.
Thank you very much. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. You got it, Lance. All right. So, unfortunately, that price point would not work for us, and it's always fun to engage in that kind of conversation. So, any rate, he's not motivated. That's what a non-motivated seller sounds like, and nonetheless, if we were to keep in rapport and whatnot, maybe down the line something would commence. But all in all, this doesn't really seem to make sense for us, and we'll just keep moving. Okay. See how we're doing on time. 52. All right. If you guys are just hopping on, we're doing an hour of live calls. Today we had some good activity, mostly doing follow-ups, and had some good conversations so far. Some prospects that we got to evaluate, and others that we have to put on our follow-up list. That's what we're doing now. So a lot of these follow-ups have fallen through the cracks somewhere along the line, and we're trying to rekindle or revive. All right, so lots of these are listing pitches. I'm going to try to load some of these so that we could finish off with some good calls here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. All right, so there's about 6 that are loading right now. That should get us to the end of our session today. All right. Okay. So that link for some reason didn't bring up the proper Zillow. I want to make sure this thing is still available. I actually own a property a few doors over from this. Okay, so this gentleman was he was in pre-foreclosure, and then he decided not to sell. All right. Let's move on to the next. We'll save him for later. 30 days, 1 hour a day cold calling. We're wrapping up here on this warm Wednesday evening. Still waiting for these contacts to load. I don't think we're going to get through all of them. Okay. Slow to load. Come on. We got to get these last calls in. For some reason, this system just seems to time out a bit much. All right, we do a quick refresher. Quickly running out of time here. All right, excellent. Here we go. All right, so this property was under contract. Let's see if it's sold. This is a very prestigious area. All right. All right, here we go. Let's give Tom a call. So a little history on this one. We accepted an offer and then got cold feet. His wife decided to keep it.
Please leave your message.
All right, we'll save him for tomorrow. Again, he was a homeowner that accepted our offer and then later retracted. Apparently, the wife didn't want to let it go. Let's wait for these other 3 leads to load if they're going to load. See if we can end off on a good note. It's a good day of calling. I don't want to leave off on a no answer. Okay. Once they load, we'll try to blitz through those real quick. Slow loading. This is awful. I got to get resolution to this sooner than later. This is not loading. Let's give this one more refresh, see if we can get this in. Too much lag. Appreciate you guys dropping by. Doing 30 days of 1 hour a day cold calling. Looking to land a real estate deal. So here we go. It finally loaded. All right, so this person, last we heard from them was in February, and this one isn't too far from me. Make sure it's not sold. Perfect. All right, let's see if we can get on the phone with him. It's been a little bit since we've heard from him.
Hello?
Hi, is Alfredo available, please?
Shane.
Oh, hey, Alfredo. I don't know if you remember speaking to me. We've been speaking through text on and off since February about your property on Princeton Ave, and just wanted to follow up with you, see if you were still looking to sell.
No, not right now because I'm in the middle of cancer treatment.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm not, that's going to be months off.
Right. That's definitely not a priority.
Yeah.
Okay. When I'm guessing you're probably looking sometime after all your treatments.
Yeah.
Okay. What time does that look like? Is that like 3 months, 9 months, 6 months?
3 months.
3-ish months.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll plug that in here as a reminder. I'll follow up with you. And
Okay.
all right, great. I'll keep you in my prayers. Best of luck with everything.
Thank you. What's your name?
My name's Ryan Paliukaitis.
Ryan.
Yeah.
All right.
Is this your cell phone by any chance?
Yes.
All right. I'll tell you what I'll do, just because our phone systems are all kind of quirky. I'm going to send you a text message right now, Freda, from my cell phone.
Okay.
That way, if something changes in a month, 2 months sooner, you could just reach out to me directly.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, and best of luck, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. All righty. So today was a good day of good conversations as opposed to some of the previous days. My opinion, that's probably a decent lead. It's obviously not a priority for her right now, especially I'm looking at the response in February. It says, I'll get back to you later. I have pressing issues right now. So that probably was involved with the cancer stuff. Obviously a touchy scenario, right? I don't know how serious it is. I don't know if it's life threatening, but definitely not something that's fun to deal with. So with that being said, we'll go ahead. I'll send her a text message. I'll set the follow task here. And that's a wrap for today. Again, I think today was a good day of calling. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. It was a day, again, mostly of follow-ups. And some of these dated back to March of last year and before. So with that being said, we will see you tomorrow in the afternoon. Unfortunately, I can't dedicate a specific time based off my twins. Their schedule is a little dynamic, but it looks like that it's anywhere between 12 and about 4 o'clock on average. With that said, if we can't get it in, I'll still do it at night. We make sure that we get it in daily. So again, appreciate you guys. Looking forward to having you join or continue to join on the journey. And go ahead if there's any questions, anything you think can't really speak. Anything you guys would like to share, please do so. And on that note, I will see you guys